This video will demonstrate how to set a camera marker in a scene, and how to use the different camera controllers to set the location of the camera in Alice 2. Start Alice and choose a ground template for a new project. Here we select the space template. We then go to the scene editor by clicking on the Add Objects button. From the gallery, find an object and add it to your scene. Here we are adding the lunar lander. We recommend always marking the original position of the camera before moving the camera around in the scene. You will always be able to bring the camera back to this position when necessary. To create the starting position camera marker, click on the More Controls button. Click on the Drop Dummy at Camera button. In the object tree, a Dummy Objects folder will appear. Click on the plus sign to expand this folder. You will see an object named Dummy in the expanded folder. Right-click on Dummy and select Rename from the menu that appears. Enter a meaningful name for the camera marker and press Enter on your keyboard. Remember that this marker records both the current location of the camera in the scene and its current orientation. To test this marker, use the camera controls to move the camera to another position in the scene. We are able to return to the starting position by clicking on the menu button, Move Camera to Dummy, and selecting the marker for our starting position. We may decide that we would like to reposition the starting position marker for the camera to another viewpoint in the scene. Reposition the camera to the new viewpoint. To change the position of the marker, right-click on the camera marker object in the object tree, select Methods from the first menu that appears, select Marker, Set Point of View from the second menu that appears, and then select Camera from the third menu. The marker has now moved to the current camera position. Test this if you would like. Remember that the Undo button can also be useful in immediately correcting undesirable camera movements. There are 3 camera controllers for Alice 2, located at the bottom center of the camera view panel. The most common use of these controllers is to set the camera's point of view for our animation. The left-hand controller moves the camera up, down, left or right, using the camera's point of view. As with any move action in Alice, these arrows change the position of the camera in the scene, but not its orientation or the direction the camera is facing. In the middle controller, the 2 vertical arrows move the camera forward or backward, as seen by the camera. The other 2 arrows of the center controller turn the camera to its left or right. As with any turn action in Alice, these controls change the orientation of the camera in the scene, but not the position of the camera. The arrows of the right controller turn the camera forward or backward. Again, this turn action changes the orientation of the camera in the scene, but not its position. Clicking and holding an arrow will manipulate the location of the camera appropriately. Clicking and dragging in the direction of the arrow will speed up the camera movement, and clicking and dragging in between 2 arrows will combine the camera manipulations. Let us see how we might use a camera marker in program code. Add an astronaut to the scene. Using the camera controllers, move the camera into a close-up of the astronaut. Drop a camera marker at this position. Rename the dummy marker in the object tree, and then reposition the camera to the original start position marker. Return to the code editor by clicking on the Done button. Drag the Wait control tile into the editor and set the wait time for 2 seconds. Select Camera in the object tree. Drag the Camera Set Point of View marker tile into the editor, and select the astronaut close-up marker as the target for the command. Play the world and watch the camera open with a view of the astronaut and the spacecraft. and then zoom into a close-up of the astronaut. In this video, we have looked at how to set and use a camera marker in a scene, and how to use the different camera controllers to set the location of the camera in the scene.